Did Steady B and Cool C live in New York like that, or was it really just the youngsters?
Yeah, it was just us. For some reason, Steady being cool, she never would be in New York like that unless they had a show or they was shooting a video or something like that, or they was just going to a meeting. But for the most part, they recorded all their stuff, mixed all their stuff in my house in Philly.
Gotcha.
We was up New York all the time because, like I said, man, East West Atlantic Records was the type of label. See, they was small, just starting out at the time. Like us, the youngsters. Well, really, in Vogue was like Sylvia first big artist on East West. Then after in Vogue, you had us and Das Effects. We was like, the babies of the label. Like we was setting the whole hip hop side off of East West, which was Sylvia's new little label through Atlantic Records. So they was more like, like a Loud Records type back then. Like how Loud Records was real, like hands on everything. They had a crazy street team that be out there beating the pavement, going hard. Everybody was just, everything was real hands on, hard work. You know what I mean? No bougie employees. Well, that's how East West was. So they always needed us up there if they was putting together an in store or they was booking a session for us to work with, a producer that they was, wanted us to work with, or we was doing shows and the promoters up there because our song was the biggest in New York City.
Hmm.
This was the legendary golden years of hip hop, the early 90s, man. So it was all about shows and shit, man. That's how rappers got their buzz and made their money from doing nightclubs. It was before arenas and all these big ass shows these niggas be doing nowadays. This one you had nightclubs, man. Everybody did nightclubs. And we was the hottest in New York City. So all our shows would be in New York City. But we always be up there if we was doing a show or the record company had us up there doing whatever. You know what I mean? So but for some reason Cool C and Steady B never was up there like that.
Hmm.
Unless, like I said, they was doing a video or, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Going to a meeting and stuff like that. Like when they did the song Serious, Steady B and KRS-One,
Right.
they wasn't even there for that session. Like Steady B never even met up with KRS-One when they did that song. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
That's
So
crazy.
KRS-One wasn't even on a video set. Like shout out to Fab Five Freddy, man. Legendary Fab Five Freddy. He directed the video Serious. I'm in that video. I'm the little kid at the end with the red sweatsuit on and the hat, dancing with the big ass cheese smile at the end. But we shot that video in this nightclub named the Limelight in Manhattan, New York City. The Limelight is actually a church that they turned into a nightclub. So it was like real spooky in there because it was like a dominatrix type, setup, black dark rooms with red light pubs and all kinds of dominatrix swings and stuff set up. It was crazy, man.
So what? Why wasn't KRS-One there? Do you know?
Say it again.
Do you know why KRS-One wasn't there?
Well, from what I heard, KRS-One had a show in Philly one time at this club named the After Midnight. Now, I think that's what it was, After Midnight. Now, I want to say much love to KRS-One, nothing but love and respect, man. You are super duper legend. I love you, like one of my top artists ever. I was at your show on my 18th birthday party. I my 18th birthday party was at a KRS-One show. That's how I brung it in celebrating. in Philly. You probably don't remember, but it was you and Biggie that had a show on Delaware Ave in like 97, 90, around that time, 96, 97. But whatever the case may be, KRS-One had a show in Philly at one of these clubs that was famous at the time. And they got into it with the Hilltop Hustlers crew. And KRS-One wound up getting pistol whipped, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? He wound up getting pistol whipped, allegedly. So after, the whole pistol whip beef fight went down, I guess Barry Weiss, shout out to the legendary Barry Weiss, that's the CEO and founder of Jive Records. I guess him trying to, squash the beef between them because they was label mates, they came up with an idea to do a song together. So that's when they wound up doing the song Serious together after that happened. And DJ Doc produced that beat, which was KRS-One's DJ at the time. So when we did the video, Fab Five Freddy and I'm like, yo, KRS-One in London right now. We had to do his parts in London. He over there doing shows. That's why he couldn't make it to the video shoot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the whole KRS-One thing went down. Like I said, allegedly, I wasn't there. I was too young. This is the stories that I've been hearing since then. I never heard nobody dispute the story. I'm not calling KRS-One no sucker, none of that. You know what I mean? Not saying that, man. Anybody can get pistol whipped. But that's what I heard happen. You know what I'm saying? So.
Gotcha. So with back to the Aftermath, with the Aftermath album, since that you had all this firepower and you had some of these big singles on it, what did you learn and what did you see differently as an artist that helped set you up for the next several years?
I mean, put it like this, man. I thought the Aftermath was going to go at least gold. Everybody we had on that project was superstars at that time. They was the biggest dudes in hip hop at that time. Naughty by Nature was the biggest in hip hop, period, hands down. Hip Hop Array was like an anthem, the biggest record ever at the time. Besides OPP and Everything Gonna Be All Right and Uptown Anthem. You know what I'm saying? So we had we had a beat from KG Naughty by Nature with tracks on the chorus on the song, literally in the video on top of that with us. So you couldn't tell me that wasn't going to be lit. Then we had Pete Rock that made our second beat. Tretch directed the video for our second single, Is You With Me, after that. Literally, everybody's in that video. Rest in peace, Apache. You know what I mean? Tretch directed the video. He in the video. Shout out to my nigga Havoc from Mob Deep. Havoc in the video, walking with me if you watch it. You know what I'm saying? Rex in Effect, shout out to I Kill and his brother and them. You know what I mean? Everybody was in that video. So you couldn't tell me that wasn't gonna blow. You know what I'm saying? Then we did Wild Child produced by the Beat Nuts. Couldn't tell me that wasn't gonna be lit at the time they had all these songs out. You know what I'm saying? Rain of the Tech and all kinds of stuff. So it blew my mind that second album didn't blow. So the third album was more on some, yo, we gotta, make some radio type stuff. Because we tried the underground route, but that didn't work. So now, only other route for us to exercise, let's do the radio route. And then we linked up with Marley Marl. So if you notice, that's why that first single, Hip Hop Ride, was more on some like, radio type, commercial type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that was the No Mercy album. And that one, how did you notice at this point being an artist and having put out 2 albums already, because of the sound changing again to go more in a commercial way? How did you see you had evolved as a writer?
I mean, you gotta understand that people that we was rubbing shoulders with, that we was around, was the best in the world. We around Nas, we around Trust, Naughty by Nature, we around, oh my God, man, all kinds of people. So you are who you're amongst. So the bar was set high for us to do music and right rhyme. Everything we did had to compete with that or better. So we had top notch competition, which was pressuring us to come with that top of the line, whatever. The bar was super high, man. The bar was set high for us.
Absolutely. So then you, after No Mercy, you guys ended up with I'll Make You Famous just going independent, if I remember correctly, with I'll Make You Famous, going back to pop art. So what was going on business wise during that transition?
Well, we got dropped from EastWest Atlantic Records after the third album, No Mercy. 'Cause like I said, Sylvia did everything she could possible, man. There was nothing else left for her to do, and I respect her for that. I love her and respect her forever. I don't have no hard feelings, but she felt like she did everything possible. There was nothing more she could have did to blow us up. Like I said, we had that all-star lineup on the second album. Then, Marley Marl did the whole third album damn near. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, what more could she do? So she let us go. So we was trying to get another record deal. So at first the record companies didn't want to sign us. Because you know how I go in the industry. When you get dropped, that's a bad look. It's like, man, he got fucking dropped. They washed up now. So the labels didn't want to touch them because they feel like, well, if they label couldn't make them pop, what makes them, why would they pop when we got them? Like nobody wants to buy their shit. So my pop and them took it upon themselves to say, you know what, we gonna do another album and get it buzzing ourselves. We're gonna put it out ourselves, get the buzz back up, then get another major record deal. So that was the plan. It never was planned for us to stay on Pop Art Records or nothing like that. Like Pop Art Records actually was over with at that point. It was brung back for us to do what I just said. So the whole plan was just for us to do one album and then get picked up by another major. Because at the time, you ain't have independent artists all around like that. Like nowadays, everybody's independent. You got the internet. Like anybody can do a project independently. Back then, you needed a record deal with a major company. So that was the plan. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do this album, put it out ourselves, get a buzz, and then shop it and get us, another record deal.
Okay.
And we had like three labels wanting to sign us and all that too, but their whole situation got messed up.
So what do you mean? What happened?
Well, at the time, like me and a certain group member, I don't want to say his name, I don't want to put him all the way out there. It's a certain group member. We had a little argument falling out, you know what I'm saying? So a certain situation happened, and Wendy Williams wound up going on the radio when she was on the radio in New York at the time with her show. Wendy Williams went on the radio and said, I heard one of the youngsters went to his dad's house with a gun and was trying to shoot him because they robbed him for their royalties and da 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 da, which was a complete bogus lie. But at that time, at that point, the word was out like, damn, they broke up. And then we did break up, but that part was a lie. That, what I just said. So we had broke up, so now all the record labels is like, These niggas broke up. Like, can't sign them now. They broke up.
Be sure to check out the history of gangster rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It would be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Your MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.